happy Monday. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our family reading. I hope everyone has been having a wonderful start to their week. I hope that everything that you all experienced in your last week that you all experienced last week. I pray that it was absolutely amazing. I pray you all ended the week on some really beautiful and powerful notes and experienced some really wonderful manifestations. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And this week we are opening up with a 3 of clubs and the friendship card. So this 3 of clubs and the friendship card is really pointing to conversations around friendships, around relationships, I'm feeling, and just the dynamics of those relationships. So, parents, you may find yourself having conversations with your children about their friends' families, their families' ways of relating to one another, and the differences between them and your family. You may find yourself gaining some new information about maybe their friends or their friends' parents or something that gives you a little bit more insight into who some of the people that your children hang around are. There's a lot of opportunity to really kind of open up the board for conversation, just period, as well. I'm feeling like some of you have just needed to sit down with your children and just talk about some things. And maybe you found them to be a little bit difficult, but it feels like this energy this week is really going to give you the opportunity to kind of get some of those things, off your chest and really talk about them. Especially if these are things concerning a misunderstanding or misunderstandings that you and your children have had, or whether we're talking about, their relationships, their friendships, and them understanding what that dynamic should be, or, just rebalancing some of the ways that they are with their friends, whether they've maybe they're needing to focus in a little bit more. It's the beginning of the school year, right? Maybe they're needing to shift their focus a little bit more from friends and playing to responsibilities and, getting schoolwork and that kind of thing together. But this week is really going to open up opportunity for beautiful conversation, and conversation that allows for you all to bond and grow closer to one another. Now, moving into the middle of the week, you have a 9 of hearts, so you also have ideas and inspiration. And so it feels like within these relationships with your children, with other members of your family, but the household specifically, it feels like you all are going to have the opportunity to really kind of take those relationships to a new space and a new level. So really be mindful of the conversations that you have, and what ways you both are impacted. The bonding relationship that is being worked on or being healed or being formed, or just the bonding period that's taking place through these conversations, and allow for those things to give way to other ways in which you can not only strengthen your own bond with your family and with your children, but then also how can you instill within them the necessary tools to have those healthy relationships and to know how to have those conversations, those difficult conversations, or just important conversations, even if they aren't difficult. How do you navigate that space? How do you navigate being with your friends and a situation comes up that's not comfortable, or a situation comes up that is it just is not something that they're wanting to participate in, right? Or they shouldn't be, because it's not something that you allow. How do they navigate those spaces? And so I feel like you're really going to get some really cool pointers. You're going to just happen upon different things that are going to help you to navigate, teaching them and giving your children those necessary tools for them to then take and be able to use within their relationships. But doing this will also help you to strengthen how you connect with your children, how it is that you relate to them, and sometimes like when we're trying to get a point across, sometimes we have to put ourselves in that child's shoes, and we really have to allow ourselves to see it from someone who is that age, going through the different things that they're going through, whatever phase that they're experiencing right now, so that we can really connect with what they're needing to connect with us. Right. And sometimes that can be a little bit difficult. Sometimes, sometimes it's easier than other times, but sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to take yourself in that moment out of that space and put yourself in their shoes. And so this week, the middle portion of this week is going to really give you the inspiration necessary to know how to navigate all of those little quirks and corners and things that we come across as parents, and our children are going through these different phases and requiring different aspects of us so that they can then learn how to move and do what they need to do. Okay, so it was something else that came up, and hopefully it comes back because it left. It just came through as I was talking, and it just completely fluttered away. All right, so we'll hold space for that, but we're going to go ahead and move into the end of the week with a Queen of Spade and the Focus card. Okay, so it feels like this week is really going to be about business. I feel a lot of energy around discipline and the need to really support your children getting really grounded and really focused on whatever kind of schoolwork it is, whatever, if it's a sport. But I'm really feeling the need this week to, as we close out this week, to really get them focused on whatever project or activity it is that they do on a more regular day-to-day basis. And if they're not doing anything, this is a perfect time to get them into something, because it feels like there are going to be some energies building that's going to really, really require them having an outlet to express. Okay. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that this is a negative energy coming up. It just is an intense energy, and you may find that going into the weekend and next week, if you're not helping to instill this focused energy in them towards the end of the week, you may find that you're yelling a lot more. They're getting in trouble a lot more. It's just a little bit more friction in there. But I'm really getting the message that it's going to be important that they spend the end of the week really really being disciplined, really making sure that they're taking care of business and they're doing the things that they need to do. And it feels like this could be it feels like there's some unexpected things that may come up that in them going ahead and taking care of their business and doing what they need to do, they're going to be able to, either do whatever it is, or they're going to be able to handle whatever the unexpected thing is. You all are going to be able to handle whatever this unexpected energy is. That's going to be coming up. So whether this is some unexpected school project or some unexpected trip or some unexpected something, but you're preparing for something, they're getting ready for something, this new energy that's coming in. And it feels like, again, it feels like this is a more intense energy, a more focused energy. And then also there's this energy around business as well with this Queen of Spade. And so in terms of children, making sure again that they're taking care of business. In terms of parents, caregivers, making sure that you all have crossed your T's and dotted your I's, and that you all are making sure that you're following all the way through with different paperwork and things that you may need to do, making sure that your business dealings are tight, especially with anything that will either directly or maybe a little indirectly impact your children. So let's say if you wanted to take a trip, right, but maybe you've got some projects at work you need to finish. I'm just really feeling like, this energy is really going to push you to go ahead and focus on those things so that you can get them done and get them taken care of, because there's going to be some things later on that you're going to want to have the freedom to be able to do what you need to do with. Okay. Alrighty, so that closes out this week for our families. I hope that you all have gotten this magical message and have resonated with it. Be sure to put a comment or send me an email. Just let me know what your experiences are with your family this week and how you all kind of navigated some of these changes and some of these shifts and things that are happening, and what kind of conversations are coming up for you all. I'd love to get into that. We can pull some cards on them. And make it a whole thing. So, anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful and magical rest of your week. And we will talk again on, next week. All right. Bye.